Hello and welcome to Talking Corner. This is the podcast of Gamers Corner. I'm Cypher33.
And I'm wearing cowboy.
I'm OzDoctor.
And I'm OzGrillus.
Welcome. All right, boys, let's get started. Welcome back to part 2 of episode 3 of Gamers Corner's podcast, Talking Corner. The last part, we talked about where we came up through streaming and how we got that affiliate goal. Now we're going to kind of take it a little step deeper and talk about different platforms, maybe different experiences we've had with different platforms, or why we're on Twitch altogether, ultimately. So let's start off first with asking Cowboy. Cowboy, I know that you originally started on YouTube and then transitioned over to Twitch. So what about Twitch made you stay? But first of all, what did you learn from streaming on YouTube?
Well, yeah, like I said, I started off on YouTube, but it was mainly because I watch all my streamers, and that's where I watched. I didn't really watch anybody live. It was more pre-recorded content. Mm-hmm. So I didn't know much about Twitch. I didn't like it. It weren't my, like, people substitute it for TV now. Do you know what I mean? People will go to Twitch and substitute it for a TV show. They'll watch their favorite streamer, or they'll support one of their favorite smaller streamers. So I just used to watch Call of Duty content. It's the only game I've ever played. So I used to watch all the pros and stuff like that.
So you went to YouTube specifically to seek out highlight reels and montages and different gameplay clips of professionals. You never really watched anybody live on YouTube, but then you decided to go to stream on YouTube.
Well, I just opened up, I turned my PlayStation on one day, opened up the broadcast thing, and it was like stream to YouTube, and I was like, all right then, let's go for it. I was like, I think everyone will be, you know what I mean? I think everyone will laugh at what we've got to say with the stuff that we come up with just people have got families in the background, you know, that just say some stuff and it's like, it comes over the mic and you're like, don't think we were meant to hear that. So that's, and it said, and like I said, it said stream to YouTube. So that's just where I went from PlayStation. Like Doc said about being native, I didn't have anything. It was just PlayStation. I had no camera. I had nothing. So I went onto there and that's where it started. And it was like, but it was dead. It was dead because people were not watching people on there. They were going for pre-recorded montages, you know, or your cute kitten videos. Do you know, that's what YouTube's for.
So what you're saying is YouTube is a good place to get visibility of what you're streaming somewhere else. Now granted, YouTube does have its benefits to stream on that platform, and it's made some people some great success. I've never personally watched anybody live on YouTube. So you decided to make the transition to Twitch then from YouTube. Why'd you make that transition?
Just because somebody was actually who wanted to help me build a community, said that the stuff that you get up to in games is quality. Like I reckon there'll be a few people want to see it out there and it'll be a good laugh. And I think you'll get more exposure on Twitch than you will on YouTube. So I went over and it started off slow, but like we touched on in previous podcasts, you've got to be out there as well. Like I didn't know about communicating and going into people's channels and stuff like that. So I kept it just about myself for the first however long.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, I start communicating, going in people's channels, getting in Discords, bonding with people, making people feel comfortable to talk to me at any one given moment.
Yeah.
And then it just reflects in my streams. Like my streams were rising.
You feel like you have more of an opportunity to connect with people on Twitch than you do on YouTube?
Yeah, they're more interactive because they're live, aren't they? You're talking to them there and then. It's not like a pre-recording. Well? You can, but I don't. Like I say, I never got any
engagement,
any viewers. There was at 20 streams, there was maybe 3 or 4 that had one viewer in it.
So Twitch has been a good, solid platform for you to gain community to gain viewership as opposed to YouTube. Now, like we've said, YouTube does work for other people, and it might be the platform that you want to do. Again, this is just Cowboy's own personal experience, kind of where he's come from, going through YouTube and finally getting to Twitch. YouTube is a great place to find amazing content, including a lot of Grills videos. So make sure you check those out. But also something my family razzes me all the time. I don't even use Facebook. It's something that I haven't used for years. So I know nothing about the platform or the streaming capabilities of Facebook. But Doc, you've experienced a little bit of that, haven't you?
I have. I've done a little bit on Facebook, not a whole lot. And I was at one stage actually thinking about leaving Twitch to go to Facebook. I had issues with my numbers, and I know Twitch was changing their algorithms around, and I got quite down about my numbers. And I would go into my chat and have a look, and I could see like 10 or plus people in my Twitch chat that I know. Like, I'm not talking bots or anything. I'm talking people I physically know, and my numbers were like 1 or 2. And that was going on for quite a while, and actually got me quite down. So I started looking at different avenues that I could stream at, and Facebook's obviously one of them. I did a charity stream on Facebook. Me, OzGrillus, Osmic, and my brother Shane were all in it. It worked really well, and it is a pretty good platform, I think, that you can stream to. The only thing I don't like about it, it's still attached. Like if you're a constant Facebook user, it still is attached a little bit to your personal Facebook. Like, you know what I mean? You've got a lot of family on there. You've got a lot of work people on there, that sort of stuff. It's not like Twitch is designed, I feel, for streaming, whereas Facebook was that social media thing that have now incorporated streaming. Mm-hmm. So even though I've created like a separate gaming page within Facebook, a lot of people that I know personally have jumped over to that gaming page. And I don't know, it's my stream. Do I want to stream to my personal family? Me personally, no. And that's probably a lot because of my bad language. I use a lot, so I don't want my mother watching my bad language.
And all the Nelsons that you drink.
Yeah, and all the alcohol that goes along with it. But I didn't hate.
So we're gonna make sure we cut this and send it to your mom then.
Yeah, send it straight to her. Other than Facebook, listen, I've tried Mixer for a little bit. I didn't like the fact, I don't know if it's called their affiliate program or what it is, but to start getting monetized on Mixer takes quite a lot of effort and quite a lot of time. So I sort of steered clear of that. Not that I'm in Twitch at all for the money. Like, I don't think I've actually, with my Twitch payouts, I've actually bought anything for myself out of it yet. I'm usually getting that money to put back into streams, and A, to help myself grow, but B, to help small streamers out as well. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was one of the reasons I avoided Mixer. And Twitch, they're obviously they're the biggest. They've always been the biggest. They've got the biggest streamers in the world. They pay them the biggest. Mm-hmm. And I feel like they're there for streaming, whereas people like Facebook, Mixer's different because they're created just for streaming, but they were streamers for streamers, whereas Facebook was the social media and then added streaming into it afterwards.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I feel like it's the place to go if you want that viewership, I suppose. But the problem is it's a lot more saturated than what Facebook is and your other places are.
I imagine with Facebook, if I remember on there, they have groups and different pages that you can join and promote. So you could specify, but what you're saying is, as it being attached to your personal life, you want this hobby to be something that separates you from the normal day in and day out monotony of quote unquote life. Correct?
Yeah, correct.
So this is your outlet. So it's not that you're trying to hide or disguise anything from those people. You know, it's more so that you're trying to find a different people to connect with other than your normal day in and day out people. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's it. It's the last thing I really want to be doing is a lot in my stream too, like especially with the people in my party chat and stuff. I'm not just my viewers are there, but I'm decongesting like what my day was like and all that sort of stuff. Like there's no point doing that on Facebook, which I'm already doing on my personal, and then doing that within my stream as well. Mm-hmm. So it's just, I feel keeping it separate there is good for me, and it works for me.
I've always thought that there was a lot of negativity and drama on Facebook. That's kind of why I left it. I shoot for that positivity, constant in my life. Doesn't always work, but that's one reason why I stay away from Facebook. And you kind of mentioned there a little bit on Mixer. Grill, you had some time on Mixer. You actually more about Mixer than probably any of us here. What about Mixer kind of hooked you, and what about Mixer kind of turned you off? But also I want you to talk about that awesome thing you did with your sparkles or whatever they're called on Mixer.
Sparks. Well, it wasn't that awesome, but it was good. So I started on streaming on Mixer, which is this is how I got into streaming full, like 100%. I was just playing PUBG. I was a scaffolder, and we used to finish like ridiculously early hours. So I'd sit there and play PUBG, and I had mates that would be working. So, and there's a little button, start broadcast, and on Xbox that's straight to Mixer. So I just start broadcasting, and then my mates who are at work would watch, break up their day a bit. They wouldn't be working very hard, but that's why I did it. And then, met a few people in the PUBG community, like Xbox Oceania PUBG community is like toxic. So toxic, but there's a lot of good people in there as well. So met a lot there, and I was going pretty well there. Then I started, using like Streamlabs, OBS and everything, getting like the webcam and the microphone and everything. Then I started trying Twitch and Facebook as well. And as like Doctor was saying with the just the monetization, they don't have an affiliate program. You have to be partnered to get any subscribers, but they have, since I was on there, they changed it so you can get embers, which is the same as bits before you're partnered, so it's not as bad anymore. But as Doctor was saying as well, like it's not just all about the money, but it does help get you new equipment put back into your community, and some people rely on that extra bit for their bills. I know I do. So yeah, that's with Mixer.
It's just I feel like you were saying, it's just the hoops that some of the other guys make you jump through to get to that monetization, or to get to that affiliate, or to get to that level up program that they have. Just seems so much harder. Like it's almost,
the level up's pretty easy.
Is it level up? Sorry, what's the one
Facebook.
that you...
In Mixer, it's just partner, and that's it.
YouTube is the one that's a pain in the ass. Like, say like people actually want to go and try and make something out of a platform. YouTube is probably one of the hardest to get going on.
If you're live, it's not too bad.
Make anything out of.
It's bad, but it's not like you need for YouTube to get monetized, you need 1,000 subscribers, which isn't like a Twitch subscriber, it's like a follower, and you need 4,000 hours or minutes, it'd be hours, 4,000 hours of watch time. Wow. Like of people watching. So at the moment I'm on 192 subscribers and 1,050 hours, and I've made like 40 videos and stuff like that. So it can
takes
be a
lot of
grind.
investment.
But then I've noticed people who are YouTube streamers who go live, they get their 1,000 subscribers pretty easily, and they don't really have as much content, so it's a lot different.
What would you guys say with your different experiences how would you guys answer this? Would it be a yes or a no? Was Twitch easier to start out streaming on than any other platform that you've been on?
Yeah.
Same for me, really. Same
for you?
This was all just OBS.
Okay, now
I think it comes back to, for me personally, is Twitch is its own separate app. It's its own designed for streaming only software. Like even YouTube, their platform was originally just like video uploading, and then they've gone into streaming as well themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Twitch did the same sort of similar thing. They came from Justin TV for years and years and years ago, but it feels so much more designated just for streaming, just for streamers. how well the app works, how well the software works,
Right.
the bits, the subs, the easy ability to be able to achieve that. Like we touched on earlier on, like 8 days and I'm fully affiliate and ready to go.
Yeah,
So,
but in then it's harder to get partner on Twitch than it is to get partner on Mixer.
Just feel like they all have their sort of base things, don't they? Do you know what I mean? Like YouTube is basically for going watching pre-recorded content, and then you've got Mixer, Twitch. Do you know what I mean? And that what's the other one? D-Link, is it?
D-Live.
D-Link? D-Live, that's the one.
I have no
Got
experience
that.
with
I
that.
just think
Like,
if they were better, like you're saying, the bigger guys would be over there as well.
Well, Ninja and Shroud are there, but they took the money. But I've actually looked at stats, so it showed the growth of the different platforms, and Twitch has actually had a decline the last year, not by much, and Mixer's gone up a bit, and then YouTube's gone up a little bit, but Facebook has gone up like 10%. If you look at the like market share of streamers kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it looks like there's a big push to be
Facebook's
a
going.
YouTube.
The Facebook's growing the most.
Facebook.
Yeah. Well,
Twitch is
Facebook
declining.
seems to be like, well, everyone's on Facebook. Like they even say that everyone there's so many people on Facebook at any one moment.
Yeah.
Don't matter what time zone you're in. There's that much like exposure on Facebook. I know people that are streaming on there without any camera, without anything. Do you know what I mean? And they're going at 66 viewers.
On Facebook, or you can not have a camera, but you have to use OBS as well. So it kind of, you're going to have a better quality streamers on Facebook than any other platform because you can't go native. Unless you can on PlayStation, but I don't think you can.
No, you used to be able to, but they've like disconnected everything with PlayStation now.
So that's just ups their quality immediately. And then your views are so much easier to get on Facebook as well because you've got watch parties and all this stuff. And even if you just scroll past, it's a view. You've got streams where people have like 100,000 views, which compared to a Twitch stream where there might be like 50 unique views and it's the same level of interaction, same everything, but it just like the stats look so much better.
So if the stats look better, if you can get easier views, if you start off with a better, like what I hear is Twitch and Mixer will accept a native device like a PlayStation or an Xbox, but something like Facebook won't. So Facebook's already saying we're going to cut out this amount of people. So if you can imagine how many people are streaming native to Twitch, it's automatically cutting that amount of people out of Facebook. So now the amount of people streaming is cut down drastically. So yeah, your viewership is going to be up higher, but what I like about Twitch and why I've always stayed on Twitch and I've never done another platform is because community. I've invested so much into streaming on Twitch ever since I started. Let me rephrase that. I've invested as much as I can. There are people who have invested tons more than I have or ever will be able to. And there's people who have put in less, but people usually give to their capabilities. And if you don't, then you're just selling yourself short. But I've stayed with Twitch just because this is home. This is where I started. This is kind of where I've built my house or set my roots or however you want to say it. But the people that I've met along the way and the friendships that I've made, I really haven't had a desire. Nothing has really pulled me away because I think if somebody's looking to change platforms, it's because they're looking for the notoriety, if you will. They're looking for the viewers. They're looking for people to say, hey, I follow that person. I just stay here because the people. I don't have a desire to go anywhere else because of the community I've already built. Grill, you have something?
So I'm saying people who generally change are looking for the quick fix. They think it's Twitch's fault they have no viewers, or Mixer's fault they have no viewers, or Facebook's fault. So they change to try and get that quick fix. Like, no offense, Jay, but that's kind of, you changed because you were sick of the numbers, so you thought Facebook might be better. You were going to, which it probably would have been for views. You would have had better views because it was, but that's what generally people are chasing, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And that was the same situation as me, but I also, I gave it a while to try and get better as well. It wasn't like one stream or two streams that I was having issues with. It was to a point where it was really bringing me down. And if I looked into my chat and there was literally 2 people there and it said 2 viewers, I wouldn't blink an eyelid. It wasn't definitely never with me and ever an issue of people weren't coming into my stream. I just feel like Twitch was not counting my streamers correctly, and over many weeks it was just getting to me. I'm just like, I'm gonna at least start looking at something different, because I didn't feel like it was fair. Like if I had 1 viewer in there and it showed 1 viewer, that's fair. I literally have no one in there, but when the numbers aren't adding up, it was really
it's hard.
Down. I read up a lot about it too, especially with Twitch. Twitch keep a lot of stuff secret. They don't really explain their algorithms and how people work and how lurkers work, or people that are in there and all that sort of stuff work. They say on their website in multiple places that people can go into a stream. They don't have to chat. They can go in there to view. They don't expect people like, I may have not a phobia, but I might be quite, scared to actually go in there and communicate with people, but I want to watch live people game. I shouldn't have to go in there and
make yourself
have
known.
To communicate with the streamer. I can just be a viewer and should count as a viewer.
Yeah.
But
I think as well, for your family as well, like the family that you build, it's discouraging for them. Like if they go in and their views not being counted, they think to themselves, what's the point?
Yeah,
what is the point in me spending my time when it's not doing anything for anybody?
Yeah. And it's you're still spending your own money too. If you don't think that you're actually spending money, but you've still got electricity, you've still got all sorts of stuff, you're still buying sometimes stream related stuff, and you're streaming to no viewers when it's not your own personal fault. That was a bit disheartening.
When you can clearly see that your chat is filled up,
that they're there watching.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind if it was like 15 viewers and nobody said anything. Don't count them, fair enough, whatever. But if they're all having a chat and they're all having a laugh away, I'm missing out on getting achievements done. There's achievements for 15 people chatting all at once. There's all this stuff that they expect you to get and they expect you to have, and there's people here that are trying to build that way and they can't, and it's discouraging. And I don't think they're always moving for the easy fix. I think sometimes they're moving because it's just a pain in the ass. Like like Jay said, you're spending day in, day out, your own money, not even Twitch payouts, right? Your own money to put it back into your stream to keep it going, and they don't have the decency to at least acknowledge the viewers that are there.
Yeah.
So obviously we can see that streaming isn't necessarily easy. There's a lot of different options. There's a lot of different places you can go. There's a lot of different places you can get connected. There's a lot of different options out there for overlays. There's a lot of different options out there for platforms. There's a lot of different options out there for communities and Discords. There's so many different places that you can get plugged in. A lot of people say where and how, and sometimes that even drives us to a low. And I think that all 4 of us are very, very human. And we've all had our ups and our high points, and we've all had our low points. So tune in for our next installment of this episode, part 3, where we talk about some of our lowest lows and maybe even some of our highest highs. Thanks, guys, for listening.